to my channel. Today we are going to do coconut flour waffles, okay? I usually don't eat breakfast. Usually I'm on the whole fasting part, so I usually don't eat until lunchtime. But Sundays, before I go to church, I have something to eat. I do eat breakfast on Sundays. And then I might have a little light snack before dinner if I'm feeling hungry. So for these keto waffles, you are going to need 3 tablespoons of coconut flour, 3 large eggs, tablespoons of coconut oil, cup of heavy cream, tablespoon of sweetener of your choice. I use this as my sweetener. And then a teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of zenith gum. Whatever flavoring, you could use vanilla extract, or today I'm going to use the cake batter. I like to add sugar-free pudding. I have butterscotch, I have chocolate, I have banana cream, but today I'm going to use the white chocolate. I'm going to use the white chocolate, and I'm going to use a tablespoon. Let's get mixing. I'm going to do my egg, oil. I did melt it down. I melt down my coconut oil, and the coconut oil I did not bring it with me, but this is one coconut oil, but I usually use it for frying. I use a different one for when I do stuff like baking or waffles or bread type things. 1/4 heavy whip. I'm gonna add that in. Cake batter, and I need a 1/2 teaspoon of that. So this is just gonna give you some flavoring. You can use the vanilla. You don't have to use the cake batter. I just depends on how it feels what I use, to be honest. Oh, and you need cream cheese. 2 ounces of cream cheese. I forgot about that. 2 ounces of cream cheese. So I'm gonna mix that together. So mixing. It smells like cake batter. That's what it smells like. I like to blend that very well before I start adding the other things. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my sweetener, my baking powder, put that in there, move that up quickly, and of course my coconut flour. Go in there. Put it together very well. And I'm going to add my cream cheese. Now you want your cream cheese to be softened. If it's not soft enough, then you can put it in the microwave for a little bit to melt it down some more. Kind of like to add this last. You don't have to add it last. You can add it whenever you want. Just so my other stuff don't clump up. Breaking that up. Mixing it, combining it as well as I can. Clumps. And if you melt down your cream cheese more, you won't have clumps in your batter like I have clumps in my batter right now. But it's still gonna be fine with the clumps. It's not like a big deal to me. To you it might be. So I have my mini waffle iron right here that I like to use. I'm gonna spray a little bit Pam on there. Well, that ain't a little bit, but yeah. I'm gonna scoop out some of my batter. Start from the middle. Let it spread out and then put it down. So usually what will happen is when it's done, when it's ready, the light will go off and I'll tell you that it's done. Let it sit. Let it do what it does. You can do this. This is whipped cream, and it is 0 sugar, 0 carbohydrate, of course keto. I have this maple walnut syrup, It usually not with the other syrup that you find in the store. You usually have to go to the actual healthy aisle. So like I got this from HEB, and in HEB they have like a living healthy aisle where they have their vitamins and things like that. So this is where I usually find that at. And they do have pancake syrup also. See, it's golden brown. So we're gonna take this off. You can leave it on there longer if you like, and have it darker if you like. So fruits, I have strawberries. That's just my favorite fruit. You can do raspberry, blackberries, and other fruits also that are considered low carb, keto friendly. So just do your research and find out what's not high in sugar. But of course, you're going to do all things in moderation. Just because it says low sugar doesn't mean you go overboard or overindulge when it comes to it. I have some dark chocolate chips. The brand that I use is this. Yes, you can have these. This hasn't affected me gaining weight back or anything like that. Dark chocolate bacon chip. And this brand I've seen at Walmart and HEB. I've seen them somewhere everywhere. But just make sure that you read the back and make sure that it is carb friendly. Carbohydrates is 8. Fiber is 5. 3 carbohydrates. Only use a little bit at a time. You can add this in your actual mix. But for today, I didn't. Sometimes I'll use pecans or something like that also in my mix. But it just depends on what I feel for that day. Pecans you can have. I have done those and it hasn't affected me with weight loss or weight gain or anything like that. I had success with losing the weight for that week and it didn't mess with me. So these are the waffles. And then you can add in however you want to add in. With these, the way that I put the flavoring in, I usually don't use the syrup. But if you want to, you can use the syrup. It's totally up to you and how you want to do your waffles. Strawberry. And then for me, all I need is whipped cream. Since I add the pudding packet and stuff like that, I don't need extra sweetness to it. Now, some people don't like their waffles to be dry, so you might want to add your syrup to the bottom of it. And you can warm the syrup up. It is a looser consistency. And put this, of course, in a microwave safe container. Like a couple seconds just to warm it up if you want to warm it up. So this syrup, they have blueberry, caramel, chocolate, maple bacon, pancakes, and strawberry syrup. This is -1 carb and -1 fiber. So because of that, it's considered net carbs. It'll be 0. This syrup, I do like the flavor of the syrup, but if you are used to sugar and you haven't weaned yourself off of sugar, the sugar-free stuff is not going to taste as good to you at all. I could promise you that. Used to the real sugar, so and be like, well, if this doesn't taste good or this has a weird taste or whatever, that's because you're still used to sugar. So I did wean myself off of natural sugar first before I introduced myself to sugar-free stuff. Eat something and it has real sugar in it, I can taste the difference and I will not eat it because it's really strong because I'm so used to not having what they call real sugar. Okay, so that is it. Those are the keto, low carb friendly waffles that you can have for breakfast. Sometimes I'll do breakfast for lunch or breakfast for dinner if I really want something. And then I would do like a serving of eggs with my veggies in it. All I would really need to hold me over until after church pretty much. And then I'll have a light snack and then later on prepare for dinner. I hope you liked this recipe. I hope you try it. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think. And I will see you next. Wait, it took me a while to get it together. It took me a minute. So, we're gonna edit all that stuff out. Gotta get myself together, people. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action.